Got a good one today. I wanted to go back to making the videos where I do concepts and tactics and discuss both of them in the same one. And I think that's helpful because, like I mentioned before, the the world kind of moves from one extreme to the other, or the fitness world. And for a long time, it was all about tactics, and people didn't understand the underlying principles. And then it went into, for 10 years, like all about the principles, and like, but then nobody was really giving any tactical advice. And so I think it's going back to tactical again. But I think the best way is to do both at the same time, because you want to understand how the principles behind the thing, but then you want to have the concrete actions that you need to take. Otherwise, it's just a concept in your head. So, a little coffee here. Today's topic is going to be, how long does it actually take to track your calories? The concept here is going to be contact with reality, meaning a lot of people will not actually have any real association with physical reality, and they just make shit up, or it's based off of what they've heard. So they don't have contact with reality, so they don't really know what's going on, and they don't have an accurate picture to make decisions from. So the tactics here, right? And we go back and forth on these, but in reality, if you're gonna eat, let's say mango, or let's say cereal, or let's just take cereal for example, because that's the easy one. Oh man, I can't track. It takes too long. Fine. Look, you don't want to track. You don't have to track. But how long does it actually take? Because you're working off of false information. You actually don't know. Because the only difference, so in order to find out, we got to actually just look. The only difference between tracking and not tracking is the following. When I'm not tracking, I'm going to take my bowl, put it on the counter, and I'm going to pour the cereal in. And I have no idea how much is in there. I'm going to pour it in until I feel good. Tracking, I'm going to put the bowl on top of a scale and press a button and then pour it in. There is literally no time difference. And then you could say it might take, give or take, 20 seconds to scan the box. I'm being generous. 20 seconds to scan the box and input the number on the scale into MyFitnessPal. So the people who always go, oh, it just takes so long, I can't do that. Well, A, you don't know. How long does it take? It doesn't take very long if you actually do it. You don't have contact with reality, right? And then you could decide like that, because then the question becomes, am I willing to know exactly how much to eat to lose as much fat as I want and do it with certainty? And am I willing to give up 30 seconds of my time to do that? Yes or no? And then that's up to you. That is a accurate conversation and a useful conversation. And remember, we don't have judgment. Like, I'm not gonna shame people into like, hey, you should track your calories because that's the best way. No. I'm going to hold up the mirror so that they can see the truth, and then they can decide for themselves. So that's today's message. It doesn't take very long, and rather than bowl on counter, it's bowl on scale. That's it. The last little piece to this conversation is like, it's like somebody says, okay, it takes 30 seconds. All right, fair. And then they go, oh, well, I just don't have time. Then we look at recapture and reallocate. Are you spending that time anywhere else that you could get back? Such as, are you scrolling on TikTok for 30 seconds. And I'm joking, but we all know, like, if we find out that it only takes 30 seconds to track our calories, and we know, okay, look, even myself, I find myself getting trapped in the black hole of social media for more time than I'm, willing to admit, then I have time for this. But you can't change that decision unless you're, like, graceful with yourself, unless you have just, like, don't judge yourself. Like, you're trying to be a better person, you're trying to live a good life. Have you made mistakes? Yeah. Have I made mistakes? You don't even want to know. But the point is, if you live in that self-judgment, it doesn't cause the change to happen. And what we want is change. So if you find that, okay, well, I would love to work out and track my calories, but I'm spending, 3 hours on my phone every day, and then you start to beat yourself up about it, you're not going to make the change. The change happens from being calm, forgiving, and then not judging yourself. Like, damn, just relax. You didn't do anything bad. You just watched some videos. Who cares? And so the less self-judgment means more freedom to move. Okay, less self-judgment means more freedom to move. I'll end it on that. And again, if you want to join in the 10,000 step or the 10,000 swing challenge for April, send me a message. We are underway, and it's gonna be fun. You'll be in the official Burrito Mafia group, and yeah, find me on Instagram and send me a message.